So this is a video for grade 9, 10, maybe grade 11 math if you're a bit rusty on this. You need to know the basic laws of exponents. What happens when you multiply bases together, the same bases, what happens to their exponents? The basic rule is they're added when they're multiplied together. So here you can see 8 squared times 8 cubed actually makes 8 to the power 5. And conversely, if you divide them, so for instance here 8 to the 5 divided by 8 to the 2, you subtract the powers. So there you have, it should be a to the n minus m, beg your pardon. You subtract the powers when you divide like bases. So that's 8 to the 5 divided by 8 to the 2 is 8 to the 3, 5 minus 2. We also have what happens when you have an exponent raised itself, a base and exponent raised itself to an exponent. So for instance, what if you had 5 squared, but then you raised that to the power 3, so that's 5 squared all cubed. Well, then the rule is that you multiply the powers. So that's not 5 to the 5, it's 5 to the 6. Anything to the power of 0 is 1. It doesn't matter if it's 18 billion. If it's to the power of 0, the answer is 1. Anything to the power of 1 is itself. Okay, now we're getting into the slightly more advanced stuff. Negative powers. A negative power isn't actually anything to do with minus or negatives. It's just kind of mathematics shorthand for the reciprocal or 1 over. So for instance, 8 to the minus 2, got nothing to do with negatives, but it means 1 over 8 squared. So it's a fractional exponent actually, so it's 1 over 8 squared or 1 over 64. We also have a special case here. The reciprocal power is the root. So if you ever see an exponent where you've got a power and then on the bottom you have a number, that's actually the root. So for instance, 4 to the power of a half is actually the second root, or the square root of 4. Now, if you put it all together, you can see you've got quite a complicated problem here. 8 to the minus 2/3. So what we'll do is deal with that systematically. First of all, attempt to deal with the negative. So 8 to the minus 2/3 is 1 over 8 to the 2/3. The next thing is to look at that 3. That 3 is really like a power third, and the whole thing is squared. So that's, the 3 is the root, if you like, so the third root of 8 is 2. And then 2, we said, was itself squared, and that's where the 4 comes from. So in the end, 8 to the minus 2/3 breaks down just to the fraction, a quarter. And that's basic laws of exponents.